Hello everyone, we're finally here. Man City in the championship. Welcome in everyone. Welcome to stream. What is this? It's our first one with Man City. I know that. I think we're at 112. We're at some extremely high number of rookie to royalty, about to start our 14th season. So if you're wondering what's going on with the title, that we're in 2038. That's how this is gone down, and we for some reason decided to leave Napoli after winning the Serie A, before we won the Serie A, to be fair, and we're going to try and save Man City, because that's what happened while we were in Italy. They got relegated from the Prem. 19th, they lost to Nottingham Forest 6-0 in one of their last games in the division. So they need help. Like that, they're not very good. So we're going to try and save Man City and get them back up to the Prem, and then hopefully, well, definitely win the Prem with them, and maybe even a Champions League. But the fall off for this club has been crazy. So welcome in. This is part of the journeyman say we've been doing all year, obviously, given the time of the year. But if you like a bit of English action on your FM, then make sure to drop a like if you're on YouTube, or follow if you're on Twitch. Greatly appreciated. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing to do while the World Cup's going on. So we left Napoli after last night's stream, where we just did enough with the last day win over Inter to pick up Serie A. Didn't win anything else, but we picked up Serie A, so we've now won the league 4 years in a row, having done it at Betis 3 years prior in LaLiga, including a Champions League and Europa League there. So this is a bit of a step down, but it was a quite interesting situation, obviously. So we're going to get in the weeds tonight. It's going to be a very transfer squad planning heavy stream or few. It's going to be a little while till we play a game, I'd say. So we'll start to run through stuff. So it's going to be an interesting couple of streams where we try and figure out what we're going to do. With, to be fair, the championship should be a piece of you-know-what for this team, because we are still a continental reputation club. It was worldwide. It dropped down a couple, but that's compared to championship teams. If I can find some, like Stoke won the playoff final, and they are national. So we've got a huge advantage going down to the championship. So it should be pretty easy. Our budget is good now. I've adjusted this since last night when we got here and started to have a wee bit of a look around. I've sorted out staff as well, so hopefully won't need to do too much there. You can already see squad planner. We need to sign a lot of players because squad depth is lacking. But we initially came in with a budget of 129 million. We had to change it because I couldn't renew any player contracts, because we were 400k over the wage budget, which, to be fair, should get sorted out, as you'll see shortly. So it's down to 96, but it does mean we've actually got some wage to work with now. That will go up. There's some players whose contracts are expiring that I'm not going to renew, but I did just want to make sure I renewed a couple, because they were left quite close as it was, as we found out back at Napoli, because we actually signed this guy going to the upcoming season before Man City got to their emails 7 months late, because around this 11 months ago in game we applied for this job. They just took until February this year to actually answer their emails. So that's probably why they got relegated, because some horrific NordVPN block thing at Man City, that the emails are getting blocked and all sorts. But yeah, we've got a good transfer budget, and it could go up by quite a bit, because if we look at our team, it doesn't look too bad. This was the guy I actually renewed the contract for, Jacob Nelson. We looked at him back at Betis when we were, at Napoli, when we were searching for a goalkeeper. A little annoying bug. And his contract was expiring at the end of the year. Now I can kind of see why maybe they were doing that. He only had 2 clean sheets in the Prem, but he's homegrown in his 5-star potential. So I made sure that we keep him. He did want to be a first-choice goalkeeper. I managed to get the contract to work out, so he's a cup goalkeeper until the final year of his contract, and then he's a first-choice goalkeeper. So that's handy. Homegrown. Alexander, thank you, man. We're going to sort out the squad tonight. That's what we're going to do, and maybe a couple of streams after that. But thank you, Alexander. Nice comment on YouTube. So we renewed this guy's contract because that potential, I think it was only 4 white, 3 gold back at Napoli. Still good. Still well and truly good enough to not let go on a free. And Dion Plays, thank you for the follow on Twitch. So yeah, even though he had a shocker as they got relegated, he's got to keep him, but we will get hopefully a actual first choice goalkeeper in above Jacob Nelson. We've got Mikhail Lenzi, who's out on loan at Stoke, who just got promoted, so that's a little bit awkward. He's also decent as well, but he wasn't exactly amazing either his last couple of years in the Championship. So we've got those two. We might loan one of them out, but those are 2 solid, I want to say homegrown. No, he's not, so we'll see what we do with him actually, because his potential's not quite as good as the local lad. But those are our current goalkeepers. I think we need an upgrade, even going down to the Championship for those 2. That's not really where the issue is. Then we get to the rest of the squad. We've got one centre-back who's already leaving for Atalanta, out on loan there at the moment. So forget that he exists. He's not going to be around. We've probably already got the money for him. If we haven't, that will help, and we'll take some stuff off the wage. There's another guy down here too, and this one's a bit more annoying, I think. And Jason Richmond, he's going to Inter. And he actually looks handy, albeit more as a striker. So, yeah, I think that might be on a free because his contract was expiring. So, not great work there from whoever was doing the contracts while I was, over at Napoli. Can you please show me how I can change database for latest database from start new save? 1 second. It's usually in the top right corner when you hit the new save thing. But I will do it for you, De Jong. Just a second. And then we'll go back into that squad. But yeah, essentially there's a lot of players asking to leave. We'll get to that shortly because it is most of the squad. And we have to try and beg with them to stay. So I'll just quickly... No worries, De Jong. It's all good. To be fair, it's going to take a while to sort the squad out anyway. So up there's database. So that was actually a bit buggy how that was sorted out, wasn't it? But up there, the top right, there's a little database button. So 26.2 is the most recent one. The FM26 is what was initially there. And then if you've downloaded anything, that's where that will pop up. If you've downloaded custom stuff, as you can see, I've gone a bit wild on that. So, yeah, to be fair, you may have seen it briefly. It was sort of, the button was a lot smaller than it should have been initially. So that's where you go. If you want to use the most recent update or go back to actually right at the start of when FM got released. I don't know why you want to do that at this point, but anyway, that is how you do it. You can see our minutes in the save too, in case anyone's interested. So back to our squad here at Man City. So those were the couple of guys who are already leaving, and then we get to the chaos. We've got some decent centre backs here. Tyler Binden. Now we did ask him to consider things and hopefully stay last night, but he is wanted by 11 clubs and previously was not overly keen on playing in the Championship. My fellow Kiwi, so that's a bit disappointing because I came in to save him. I'm live on YouTube as well. De Jong, so you can take your pick. Shaun does FM on both. So we're going to try and convince him to stay, but to be fair, we might try and do it for a lot of guys. Kasagi looks even better. Wants to move to a bigger club. So we actually have to start off tonight by just talking to a lot of our players and seeing if we can convince them to stay. Because obviously they're pretty good players for the Championship, but also we could get a good chunk of money for them and then spend that money on people who want to actually play for us. So there's going to be a bit of stuff going on tonight and trying to sort out the squad. So Kasagi, I'd like to keep. He's certainly good enough to keep even at 28. But to be fair, by the time we get back in the Prem, he's going to be 30. So we'll see about that, because I want to go invincible in the championship with Man City. Regan Jevons, 21. Homegrown at club. I would definitely like to keep him, but he wants to move to a bigger club. There's going to be a common theme you see. Devesh, no worries, man. Kamara is going to Napoli. We pinched him. Now, this is one of the players that we will actually be able to keep, and that is Jim Rose Langford. Looks all right. Is a right back. So, yeah, he's actually one that's going to stay, but then we get back to the players who want to leave. Louis Perez, would like to keep him. He looks ridiculously good. And he'd still be under 30 by the time we hopefully get back to the Prem. So that's all right. David Saunders is, well, actually, we're going to let go of him. I think his contract's expiring, so that's not one we need to worry about. Claudio Paiva is not actually unsettled. So that's a good one. I don't know why it says he's surplus to requirements. So that's an easy one, because he's got 5-star potential, so that's quite handy. We'll definitely make sure that's not the case once we actually get some players in and figure out what we've got to work with here. Mazen Sharaheli from Saudi Arabia is okay. So we'll see what happens with him. I don't think he's been here for that long, so we'll see how that one goes, but he is wanted by clubs, so there's people just sniffing around this entire club. Duranville, I've already told I want to let go of. Gets update. Some of them have, not all of them, but some the players who they think deserve an update have got updates. Devesh is how that works. So Duranville, I've told he can go. So he's going to go because he's 32, and honestly, his last season didn't look great here. So we'll get rid of Julian Duranville, hopefully for about 20 million. I think we actually even got things going like that. Yahia Mills is a youth player I think I might have called up from one of the young teams. So he's definitely going to be involved with that potential. Gormley is a cam, more of a central midfielder. I think we're going to try and actually get rid of him though, because he is not very good, so we'll just skip past him. Jaden Adai has a contract expiring, but he's 32, and I imagine he's not going to be super stoked about playing in the championship, so we might just let this one go, because, yeah, he's a good player, but 155k a week at 32, I think we can actually do something okay there. The two below that, we're just going to let go of anyway. Corey McGuinness is unsettled, wants to leave because the club got relegated, which is a shame. We'll have a talk to him about that, because he's a good young Scottish striker who is homegrown. So we're going to have a talk to him. We've got that Roger Withams fella on loan at Lille. We'll actually use him next season, hopefully, so that's okay. He can be a striking option. We do have a lot of strikers, to be fair, though. Chicane, I'd love to keep. How they didn't stay up with this guy, I have no idea. He can't jump, but he's got 20 composure and 18 finishing. Like, how he only scored 6 goals? Like, goodness me, City. Spent 94 million. So, we want to keep him. We'll have a word to him, because he is the stud here. He's the absolute star boy. Pedro Manes isn't too bad in behind that, and he actually wants to stay, so he could be someone that we end up relying on. Jonathan Layton is wanted, but to be fair, isn't complaining. So that's another striker option we've got if it's too hard with some of these guys. And Len Martin also isn't complaining. So we've actually got a couple of players up front. We've actually got the depth up front. We probably don't need to change anything. Len Martin could lead the line. But there's lots of people who want to go. So we're going to sort that out. Technically, I've just set up with the tiki-taka we used at Napoli. I haven't really plugged in what we're going to do yet, because obviously there's so many players that are potentially leaving. So I want to use the tiki-taka. I think it's going to really suit this team. Yamal, I believe, is still at Barca. He is 30 years old, costs more than what we've got to spend, and obviously you won't want to come to the championship. He's going all right. To be fair, Barca have just won their first LaLiga of the entire save, with Arne Slot now there. He's improved his output goal-wise a lot that past season. his best rank for a couple of years. He was a bit quiet when we went over there with Betis, but he did a lot better that last season. But he is going very well still, is Lamine. Very good season. Are there any Ballon d'Or things that we can check? Trying to see if he's won any individual awards. Not sure it pops up, does it? Awards? Does Ballon d'Or pop up if we have a look? Ballon d'Or. There we go. Right. No, he hasn't won a Ballon d'Or, so that's interesting. He's not really getting near it, it's looking like, which is a bit wild. I suppose it shows how Barca have struggled in this save. Yeah, so because we managed with Real Betis for a couple of years, Mo Salah, geez, about time. Yeah, we managed Real Betis for 3 seasons, well, 3.5. We won the league 3 in a row, and before then, Real Madrid had won every single season. So that's how Spain's been going. But Luis Enrique left Barca to go to Betis, and then Arne Slot came in and won Barca's first title. So it's been a little bit weird. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal 4th. It's back to winger days. They did just win the Champions League, to be fair, Arsenal. Arguably unrealistic as well. So there's a bit of weird stuff going on. Tottenham in 2nd, City in 19th. Wolves top half Prem team. There's all sorts going on here. So yeah, I did see Cisco there briefly. So we need to start sorting out our squad though, because there's a lot of people who might leave. So we're going to try and talk to these guys and figure things out. So we're going to have a lot of discussions to start things off tonight. So he wants to move to a bigger club. Feels like he's outgrown. What will it take to keep you here? Yeah, I know. That's one of the reasons we came here, actually. They sacked their manager the year before and they were in debt. So it might have been a money thing. But yeah. So they took 7 months to actually answer our job application from last season. That's how we ended up in Italy for 1 year. And now we're here. So we've got to try and rescue them. So it feels like he wants to move to a bigger club. I mean, do we try? There is a World Cup during this window as well, with no France, Germany, and Italy, just to make things even weirder. So a couple of weeks isn't going to hurt because all the players are going to be away anyway. We could ask nothing we can offer. Okay, then. Yep, let's sell him then. Wanted to keep him. We probably could have tried get 70 for him. 68. Okay, 68. Right, so 68. So there's our first player that we've got to get rid of. Oh, it's going to be brutal. 54. I mean, we can bump that up. It's okay. If he doesn't want to be here, we'll let him go. So Kasagi, that's a shame. To be fair, he is only 1.77, so don't hate that, but a bit of a shame. They got him from Tokyo. I think he left before we got there, because we have managed Tokyo in the save before. I'm sure he wasn't there when we were there. I definitely would have recognised him. We had a word with Tyler. Got to try and keep our fellow Kiwi. Now, Regan Javons is our only real left-back option, seeing as Dyke is going. To be fair, there's a lot of positions where that could be the case. And saying that, he looks like more of a centre-back. He is homegrown, so we do actually want to really try and keep this guy. So we really do want to keep him. I mean, we could try the end of season promise, actually. But I think we'll say new regime. Okay, cool, because he could get some game time then. So that's good. Regan's going to stay. Jim is just wanted. We'll just ignore that then because he's actually quite good. Now, Louis Poliers, I really want to keep. He's very good. But, yeah, there's some big sharks circling. So let's discuss with him. I need to be playing a higher level. Look, yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're going to try that now. We'll see if he changes his mind, but obviously that's unlikely. Piver is okay. He's okay. Hopefully get a bit in for him. Right, a die is actually already going to leave, so that's fine because his contract's expiring. Corey McGuinness is the next one. I would like to keep him. He's homegrown, so we need to keep him. Can't wait. Okay, well, fine. Yeah, okay, so Corey's being a bit of a knob, so he's going to disappear. The Angry Scott. We've actually got quite a bit of depth up top, but he's homegrown, so he would have been quite nice to keep around. So we need to sell. Yeah, we'll just get the offers in and then try and drive it up. That's annoying. It's annoying. Motherwell player. Oh. So, yeah, we're going to have well over 100 mil to spend here. Oh, Chicane. Oh, please, bro, please. You look so good. You could, like, get 60 in the championship. I don't even think that's taking the piss. You are so good. Oh, okay, we better discuss. He's got a contract extension that could be nasty. Okay, we might get away with that one. Chicane. Vroom vroom. Hopefully the chicane is all good. And that's it. Okay. So we've got that at the moment. We'll see how much happens. I can't really plan until I know who's going and who's not, because then, like, there's such a lack of depth here. Barca usually underperforms. Yeah. This is the only save I've played deeply this year, so I'd have to agree based on that. They did go quite close when I was at Betis. They were the team pushing me, actually. So they are decent, but they've just been a bit unlucky up until this season. Tyler's going to get bit on. My Kiwi lad's going to go, isn't he? It's one of the reasons I came here and he's going to freaking go. Anyway, you know what? I mean, I don't know why we need to do this, to be fair, because half these players are going. So, don't know how useful it is. I mean, we can probably already make Chicane the captain because he's a model citizen and doesn't want to leave the club. Right, Tyler. Stoke want You can't be leaving Man City for Stoke. I know they're coming up to the... Come on, mate. He's unwilling. Thank you. Good boy, Tyler. McGuinness, yeah, you can go. That's okay. And we know about all these guys already. That could be a strike. Is he good here? No. How do I add to shortlist? Oh, I see. Now he's our player. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we're gonna be in the weeds for a little while here, I think, people. And a reminder, 2038. So yeah, the players that were started the save 18 are like turning like 30, 31 now. We're in a bit of an interesting situation. Now, the other thing actually I didn't check, and I really meant to. Okay, we've got a scout coming in. Okay, so we're going to actually have to sort out some stuff. So wait, hold on, what? I think he's leaving. I think Greenberg's leaving. Right, we've got some staff coming in anyway. That's what I did that during the day. Um, so that was what I was trying to sort out there. Worldwide scouting, that's cool. Now, the one thing I was going to check out here. Now, it's been in club, or is this somewhere? 25% of revenues made available. So that's not actually as good as I was hoping it would be. We might have to try and talk to the board about that. I can't. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay, never mind then. So we're stuck with only getting 25% of what we should be getting for our players. So I don't love that. We'll also keep a good eye on this sort of stuff. A bunch of average players. Oh, hold on. Okay, we should have added. Yes, and add to the normal shortlist as well. Got the shortlist we built before we came here, just so we knew how good some of these players were. Jaden Dans. 3.5. 32 though, isn't he? They're looking a lot of these 3.5ers. This is the situation where if the other screen were at the list, it'd be a lot quicker. But it bugs out, so it kind of makes this a bit more difficult. Cho Jae-hong, South Korean striker. Interesting. Okay, we're getting some better ones now, although they are in the situation where some of them probably aren't going to want to come here with where we're sitting in the world these days. Okay, we don't want anyone free or under. I'm a New Zealander, so I am supporting New Zealand, the All Whites, or Tim Payne FC, depending on how you follow the social medias. Okay, so we're sorted out that. Okay, let's go forward and see. So it's a World Cup window off season, but there's a couple of big nations that aren't going, so that's going to make it a bit tricky compared to usual. You've got France, Germany, and Italy having not qualified. The latter's not the surprise, obviously, but the other two, quite a surprise. France knocking Germany out in a playoff semi, only to then lose to Norway in the playoff final. Scotland. Yeah, that's the one. No pain, no gain. The good old Wellington Phoenix legend, at least at the moment. There are some rumours about Argentinian clubs signing him now, which couldn't blame him. Argentina. Yeah, fair enough. Right. Oh, what have we won here? What's the Pancina di Oro? I like the sound of it. Oh god, there's some heavy stuff coming here, isn't there? Oh boy. We'll get the nice stuff out of the way first. A trash apparently is not trash. He's picked up an award. We've won Manager of the Year over in Italy. That huge coming from 10 points behind to get past Inter. And what's this? So that's also Manager of the Year. It's just a fancy name for it. Either way, we'll get this out of the way early because I feel I need the boost. There we go. One's up. That's a nice way. It feels like I won the manager's Ballon d'Or there. So that's good. Yeah, we haven't even started individual training. There's a reason for that. I don't know how many of these guys are going to stay here. So, right, we've got lots of bids. Dynamics, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll just, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Right. McGinns. Let's view all the offers. What's coming for you? 20. Okay, we'll try and get a bit more money out of some of these guys. I reckon Leon might have a bit more. We'll go up 2 for you. And also I want like 30 of the next sale. Okay, that was a bit easy. How about we try and get then 29.5 out of you with 30% of next sale? No. Oh, Benfica. We'll try it with Galatasaray then, because once they realise that with 25 is probably a fair. Okay, so we'll go forward and we'll sort that out. I can do this all from here, can't I? Really, 54 million for Kasagi. I'll tell you what, PSG and Inter can definitely pay him. I mean, no, well, I'm going to be a bit weird here. I'm going to just reject Chelsea. Although I shouldn't have, because we're not in the same division as them. We'll try this. Here's 28, but we'll try this and see. 55. So we'll accept that. We'll go back once we go one click further forward if we get a bit more out of these guys. And we do. Okay, so we'll sort this out. So that's Kasagi. So that's already a boost of like a good 80 odd million, albeit that doesn't incredibly go, all go into our budget. Now, Gormley's pretty average, so we don't want to muck around too much here. We do have a little bit to work with here. We'll go 800 and do the same thing. They've accepted, so let's now go a bit more. Let's try and get 850. Oh, you know, a former New Zealand League player. Nice. Yeah, there are quite a few foreigners in the New Zealand League, to be fair. That's how the teams get bulked out. Where I am, there's back in the day used to be a lot of Solomon Island players who'd come here. Right, Everton, can you go up to 1 million? Sunder Cartoon. Oh, A-League. I know the what, yeah. Yeah, the Wellington Phoenix. He was on loan at, yeah, wasn't he? Right, 1 million's too much. Okay, and now Osborne, who is apparently worth 1 million. So we can go up to 1 point. We'll try 1.1, then we'll go up as we need to. Yep, so we can just try the same trick here. Yeah, on loan from Hearts. I remember that, yeah. Don't think he played a heap this season, but he looked okay enough-ish. Oh, okay. So we need to come back into the screen and sort things out. This is why it's going to be a very long transfer window this season, because we're going to be trying to get as much money as we can for all these guys. And obviously there's a ton of people who are going to want to leave. And the bids have started to come in. So we'll go forward to absolutely make sure we get this all sorted out. We then do this little stuff. Training, I'll decline. Set pieces we do, I think, have to do. So, yeah, we'll go near post. Swinger. Okay, if you say so. I want to be balanced. Zonal. Are we good enough for zonal? Apparently we are. I mean, we should be. Near post, and I want to be balanced again. And then we should be good. And let's sort out that, please. Thank you. Simon Bitcoin, or Bitcoin, whatever your name is. And assign for all categories. There we go. We will have to change that at some stage. We'll also add in a routine that's a far post out swinger and a short out swinger. And we'll go a bit like, I hate how it doesn't untick, but we'll do a bit of that. So we've done that, transfers. So we get rid of the lower offers, and then we can start offering these guys out for a bit more. I am a Liverpool fan in the Premier League, so that wasn't a fun season. We'll try and get 32.5 actually. And to a lesser extent, bit of a have been a Dortmund fan. Sporting Kansas City in the MLS. I've got some random teams all over the shop, really. But Liverpool's the main one. So it wasn't the greatest season. Right, so 56. Let's try and get up to 57.5 for you. Oh, we can't. Okay, well, 58. We'll go up in twos. Nah, it wasn't. But hopefully, with AI coming in, we might be a bit better. Areola. It is a great nickname. AI. Liverpool senior rivals. Yeah. It happens. It happens. I'll try and get an extra. We'll go up by 50. It's probably smart with that valuation. So we just try and get as much money as we can, especially with the lack of the percentage of revenue that we're getting for some of these guys. And we'll try and get 1.6 for him because there's a bit of interest. Going to Everton, Newcastle, and Edinburgh. Nice. That should be interesting. Yeah, if we tell you what, if we can get 1.6 for him, that looks like an absolute. Well, how is he worth 1.6? How is he worth more than some of these other guys? Anyway, let's carry on. See, well, hold on. Corey, I literally have accepted the biggest offer. Don't be such a knobhead. Right. Cheapest. Players being knobheads. Right. Yeah. I think that knocked him about quite a bit, this past season. But they were playing some pretty average football as well, so it's. I think an overall refresh might be needed, but definitely probably a bit of a factor, the Jota situation, wasn't it? Yeah, that was you can't really, it's hard to quantify stuff like that, isn't it? And how much of an impact it might have had. Right, Gormley, 950k. Let's view the offer. They have not put in a next sale thing, so we'll accept it, and I think what we might do is we'll offer him out again and go up to 1 million, hopefully. Someone actually comes in with that. Right, Kasagi 58. We'll just accept that one because I'm pretty sure that's what we did. So we're going to be doing a lot of this in the off-season, guys, I suspect. Getting the money for the players that don't want to be here. Yeah, we'll accept that one. Oh, hold on. Why does it do that before I've... Silly game sometimes, FM. Right, my goodness, let's offer you out for... what we just accept? 32.5. Let's try and go 35. He should be happy with that. He's probably worth a bit more, but we'll try and get a bit more for... Push that price up as much as possible. Not really in a position where we can be picky, all things considered. Okay, he's coming in. Good. Yeah, I think with the add-on, this is the one that I'm a little bit iffy about, but at 32, he'll be a bit average by the time we get back up to the premium anyway, so I think we just set for release for Jaden Adai. And Grimstad? Not... I mean, he looks okay. We've got a lot of depth up top. He's a decent League One player. I think we might just set for release there. And Klug is... No, we'll definitely let you go. Don't know how those guys slipped through into the cracks earlier. Yeah, Jeremy JK, isn't it? Is definitely coming in. At least that's what I've heard. Oh, goodness, I didn't realise there were so many staff members with contracts about to expire. We'll sort that out in the future. Hopefully off camera. Yep, honoured to be here at City. Gemma, yep, I think it will work here. A disappointing number of Napoli supporters. Look, I had very valid reasons. They were treating me like a right knob by blocking all my transfers the back half of the year. Yes, I'm looking forward to England. I speak English, makes life easier. Yep, I need a strong dressing room atmosphere. That's interesting, but yeah, we want to move up a bit. Yes, I mean, it's been over a year since he's been here, but yep, success. That'd be nice. Not sure. Training ground, sensible. Why City? Has the potential. I think that deal's already been done. I think. I'm not actually too sure now. I might have to double check on that. Yes, Alexander knows. Does the squad have enough quality? Yeah, no. We need more depth. What role? Look, is it the fan base? Hopefully we can fill up a game at the empty hard. Where can this club go into your leadership? Want to be the best? No. Probably not, because he's not going to be around. Yeah, not sure about him. I think we'll just see he's going to leave. Hope he stays. I want to keep our best players here. Yep, I am very positive we'll go straight back up. Okay, there is that. Yeah, let's just check. Okay. Okay, I got a few more bids coming in. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, so he agreed to move in February. So he's already going. It was 60 million. So yep, that one's well and truly wrapped up. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Just to double check that. So yep, decided now, so we'll accept some of these bids. Is that all? I think that's all. Oh, okay, we have to replace him. Okay, cool. Lots of talk about Tyler Binden leaving, but no bids yet. We'll see if he actually wants to leave. Now let's check out these players with 2 offers. The ones that did have 2 offers. So it was the bottom 2, wasn't it? So Gormley will try and offer you out. Let's try and bump this up a bit more, maybe. Offer you out. And definitely Kasagi. I think we can get a bit more for you. 62. Offer the player out. Oh, this is going to boost up our wage allowance a lot too. So a fair bit we can do. Even if it's not going to entirely be the fee we actually receive, we should be able to do some damage. 7 players are signing for Chelsea. I didn't see that many. Oh, I knew about Quenda because that one's been like done for a wee while. I think that was even. I think it was signed a while ago and like isn't a row until this year. One of those classic Chelsea 6-year contract, all that sort of malarkey. I knew about him because I saw him. I want to say on FM24. That was actually something that had been done. Perez, is he actually being linked? Sort of. I don't want to lose him. Last summer, okay. I remember seeing it in FM somewhere. But yeah, they're good at that, Chelsea. It's going to be interesting to see what Alonso does with that sort of strategy. I want to keep our best players here. Whether that happens or not, I am less sure. Right, we've got a staff member. That's what that'll be. So let's not get too carried away here. pinching from the championship, because that's where we're going. No, but Quenda's quite nice. Ah, you're a Chelsea fan. Yeah, it's interesting with how that played out. Of course, Liverpool fans and Alonso, you know, we were kind of thinking we should go after him, and no, maybe Ariola's going to work out better with play style, but it's interesting. So Harwood's in. Let's get him to recommend a signing. We've got some work permits coming through, so that's good. For a couple of scouts and whatnot, he's coming in as a PA. So the staff stuff I did is at the moment working well. Now keep a bit of an eye out on that once everything comes through. At Chelsea, that'd be a weird sale. Not sure. There's been some weird rumours about him. I saw one rumour a little while ago, Man United, which did seem really. I think there's more chance of him going to Chelsea than Liverpool selling a player to Man U. Man City or Barcelona as well. Jeepers, okay. Maybe there's a bit of smoke to that thing. See how he goes at the World Cup. Are we all excited about that tomorrow? Also, we'll do a quick plug. Over, if you go and join my Discord, I've got links for the FIFA Fantasy and the Predictor as well, if you want to take me on there. Bragging rights. We'll say it's a lovely time. The game, well, pretty lovely time, New Zealand-wise. Oh no, someone wants chicane. A loan for Decore. I mean, we're not going to use him. Let's be real, he's not good enough. So we can probably accept that one. And yeah, there's a link there in the on screen if you're on YouTube. I don't think it pops up in your chat. Yeah, it might not. It might be. Did I put it? Hold on. I can do something here. Just give me a second. On the side. Give me a second. I'll go over to YouTube and put in the chat. Hold on. Right, we might actually accept. Oh, actually, no, there's not. We need them. Come on, give us some money, guys. And no, okay, never mind. Who was that from? Ashton United. Who the heck are Ashton United? That's a lovely name, Ruth. Respond. I want to keep my best players here, but that will be tough to turn down. Hyde. Yep, you can come in. Right, so there's a bunch of staff here, so don't. Nothing too exciting, to be honest. We have been able to pinch these guys quite easily, though, so that's encouraging. Hopefully, we won't have to do a lot more. Except the goalkeeping. No, that's a bummer because that was the guy I actually really wanted. So we need to find a goalkeeping coach. I will do that now. Sorry, I'm getting into the chat over there. Just taking a while we do the stuff. Right. Sorry about Alex. Right. There you go. I'll leave that open now, actually. It's a much smarter way of doing things. Right, need to get a goalkeeping coach. I set my previous one because I thought we were getting the other one. So let's just sort this out. There's a reason. I did this stuff off camera because I don't like doing it during stream. You are very good. We can do better than very good, can't we? Can we pinch you? Can we pinch you, please? I think you're on the women's team for Real Madrid, but we'll try and pinch you, Oscar Gaspar. Yeah, it is the women's side, so maybe that's something we can do there. Because here's the best option available. Right, so a bunch of staff coming in. Hopefully will help that side of things. Get us a few potential players that we can target. Um, you were, what did we try and get you in for? Oh, you were going to be my ass man. Why have you stayed as the B team assistant at Utrecht instead of coming to Man City? That makes no sense. Yeah, we don't have an assistant. Okay, so that's who we need to sort out next. Um, that's a very interesting decision to turn down Man City for a B team. But anyway, um, what about any outstanding assistants? The guy at Anderlecht doesn't exactly suit what I want to do out of position or in position, so we might skip him. Feel like the 4-3-3 is the best formation these days. Oviedo, we can probably pinch an Oviedo lad. Is our position does matches and doesn't. I feel like this sort of stuff is somewhat important. Willie Caballero? No, he's also a bit different. Who likes a 4-3-3? No, someone. Right, can we actually search for that? Technically, there we go. That's what I want. 4-3-3. There we are, and I want the 4-1-4-1, whatever it's called. Why is that not popping up? Okay, we'll just go with that then. There we go. That's trimmed it down a bit. Okay, hopefully we can get you. He's very good, very good, very good. This guy is very good. Outstanding, very good, competent. So yeah, he's a bit better. Rapid VN. Yeah, you might be a good upgrade. Let's try and get you. There we go. Right, hopefully he comes in. Can't be into. I'm already a bit annoyed that we got turned down from the B team of FC Utrecht's assistant manager. Seems a bit wild. Right. Also check our recruitment while we wait for people to sort things out. Yes. We need a right winger. Or if we could get him. Oh, he can't go back and defend very well, but he can tackle, so he's probably not as bad as it looks there. That's someone I like. Is expensive though. Discard. Oh, should just maybe not discarded. But anyway, depend on our transfer budget, I suppose. We do need to add a lot of depth. Need to actually check out if there's a player limit. Entered. Awesome. Thank you, Alexander. Got 2 games tomorrow, haven't we? There's the early one. Get to wake up with a bit of Shakira for breakfast tomorrow, which is never a bad thing. Right. Oh, Gallagher, recruitment analyst. Okay, at least I know we were trying to get him as. Although now I say that I can't. It will be one. Might have been a performance analyst. I'll wait just to make sure when all the others come through. So a lot of those ones. Oh, there's another. Think of the fantasy, yeah. It's gonna be interesting, eh? It's always a couple of wild ones who do well in those sort of things. I went pretty basic with my team from memory. I threw it together the other day. But yeah, we've got Mexico, South Africa, and I think there's another game. I just can't remember exactly what it is. About 1 p.m.ish my time. Respond. Yeah, he's good at what he does. If we look at our staff, Hopefully that's looking a bit better now. Now, some of these other guys, like, feeling a bit better now. The guys that actually wanted to keep around responded, but okay, so I think we're going to be able to keep some of these guys around. It's just to actually have to figure out who we are letting go of. I thought we were going to get a bid for him. Why have we not? Yeah, Duranville. I was trying to actually get rid of you. Okay, so a couple of people we can add to our shortlist. All around that same level for the most part, but there's a couple of exciting ones we could get. These cheap ones could be handy just for rebuilding, though, initially. All right, you are pretty decent, potentially. You have to remember as well the whole Brexit stuff here, don't we? We've also actually still waiting on a. Who's going to Napoli? Actually, recruitment. We can skip that one. Where's my portal? Who's replacing me? It's a bunch of World Cup stuff, isn't it? So never mind. I was going to check something. Completely forgotten. Absolute goldfish brain from me. That's what I was going to do. Right. Currently simulating the FIFA. Portugal gets knocked out. New Zealand qualifies. I mean, to be fair, I don't think we're getting many better chances to win a game with the whole Iran situation. Like, so hopefully we can, make something of that. Because, like, they're having a lot stacked against them. It'd be a bit of a crappy way to get a win, but still, when you might just need one win to go through. We do have to find a way to score goals, so that's our biggest issue. But it would be nice if we went through. We'll just try and get these generating again, because they did just stall, didn't they? Try and get the interest coming. So Sarabia might be taking over from us at Napoli. And now some bids come in. 34, we can accept that one. Duranville will accept that one straight out. He's 32. There's no real reason to even bother, I think, with the percentage of next sale. We'll bump it up to 17.5 and just remove and exclude that. 4-0. That's not bad considering that, especially in FC or FIFA, they're not even in the game at the start of the year. Mate, don't talk to me about McGuinness. But if we can get a big win over Iran, that'd be handy. It is the most likely game I think we've got of winning. Oh, you're in FM. Sorry, I saw the FIFA. I got FIFA mixed up with the old school, It's not bad, though, to be fair. Yeah, I get you. It's not bad, 4-0. I couldn't do that the other week. I only got a them in 1-0 loss against them. Got FM'd deluxe, but still. Right, so McGuinness, we can now try and get you back up to... Should we try 36 now? Because I think we said that Lille might... Well, 43 I think we said with Lille, so you shouldn't moan about us rejecting that. And all the rest are good. Okay. Yes, a wild World Cup we've got coming up in game here too in 2038. Absolute chaos in Europe. No Italy, which is, expected at this point, but no Germany or no France is a bit more wild. Okay, so he's come in, that's fine, under 18, so they're actually sorting out some lower staff for me, which is good, the new people that we've brought in some form, and we've got a... kind of feels like a signing because he was going to leave on a free. So Nelson's going to stay, which I think's good for us because he's got potential homegrown. Don't know why they weren't going to renew his contract. Thankfully, no one came in for him. So that's handy. Cup goalkeeper, so there's room to get someone in a bit better, but that's handy. 20 jumping reach, he should be decent anyway, but just in case we need someone a bit better, there's a good Everton winger, but we can't really spend that much in one window, I suspect. Still a week out from England's first World Cup game, it looks like. Which is that South Korea's logo, I want to say, on the 13th in game. So we are still a wee way away. Nigeria have got Aussie. What's this? Okay, that's not ideal, but it is what it is. Didn't know about that. Is he playing for... Oh, he's German, so that would be a friendly because they're not at the World Cup. It's his first cap, so that's interesting. Kurt Jones on loan, debuted for Wales. He ain't very good, so he's on the right track. Also, we'll be a bit nice to him. A couple of our old Betis players getting little pop-ups here about the World Cup, which is nice. The team we won our Champions League with had one invincible LaLiga season. Right, there's not really much else coming through. Yep, I love Chicane. Let's kiss his bum big time. Nicky Hinchcliffe, yep, a lot. Yep, he's great. We might use him, so let's keep him happy. Right, he's going to come in, and so is he. Yes, beautiful. Second time. It's a charm for the staff. At some point, we'll start thinking about players, but this is a World Cup year, so we've got a little bit longer than usual. Just sort of waiting to see what goes on with some of these people who are having a bit of a moan about their potential playing time. Oh, wait, what? That's a bit wild. Okay, no, we'll just keep the morale okay here. There we go. So, wanted to leave, but it's turned down Inter. So we have to go through all that again now. So we've got to start. That's a bit annoying, mate. But I respect the fact you turned down the team I knocked off at Napoli. So that's, I suppose I don't mind that. That is good. That makes up for the thing before. So we get 17 million. Whew, that's a clause and a half. Tyler's out for 5. Oh, Tyler. I mean, no one's going to want to buy you now. Indonesia. You've got injured against Indonesia. I mean, you're cooked for the World Cup, aren't you? Yeah, that would have actually majorly helped our budget. Nope. Okay, I thought it would have helped our budget more. The 17 million coming in, but apparently not. Yeah, I saw New Zealand's group in this World Cup. It was Belgium, Morocco. I think it was like a Slovenia or a Slovakia, so I don't think he's got much hope. If it's a 6-week injury, I think Tyler is going to be back here sooner rather than later. Right, let me just check what is on tomorrow, Football World Cup wise. There's 2 games. Yeah, Korea. South Korea and Czech Republic at 2 o'clock my time. That'll give me something to watch while I'm at work anyway. Freiburg, no, go do one. Right, we're going to have to probably accept this one this time. I would like to add a bit of this, though. Go up to 50. Come on. There we go. There we are. Right, we've got something to work with now. Annoying, but, oh. So your scoring got injured. Okay. You're having a confusing break there, Tyler. We'll try and go up and freeze. With Kasagi. But yeah, we've got Mexico, South Africa, obviously, and then at Guadalajara, South Korea, and the Czech Republic. Or Czechia. Before the other 2 host nations get things underway on Saturday. Because we've just joined and we are going through the transfer window, which is also a World Cup. So that's why we've got nothing going on at the moment. We're just, well, with Man City, you've got relegated. So we're just figuring out which players actually want to stay and what bids are going to come in before we get a bit more serious about what we do when the window opens. But it is going to be a bit of a longer off season with a World Cup happening. So that's what's going on there. Direct Dan? No, we're in June. So it's a Summer World Cup. Yeah, we'll do that because the other guy wants to leave, so that's okay. Oh, you read it wrong? All good, mate. Right, Osborne's on his way out. 1.4. So we're doing our first deal. Honestly, this one's not too awful. There we go. We only get 350k because of the silly debt this club's in. But I think for him, that's pretty good money. I don't really know why a Prem club wants them, to be honest. Stoke, who are going up while we go down. But off you go. So that's our first sale. And also, Declan Gormley. I won't press it again because for those 2 players, it's a bit overkill. But we get a bit of money. AFC Wimbledon got betted every game. Oh, yeah. You do have to be willing to cop a bit of a punishing when you start off at FM. Well, figure it, especially if you enjoy the pain when you take over one of those teams expected to not do well while you're still learning the game. I mean, I copped that the other week. I played the World Cup mode with my nation, New Zealand, and that made me go back to feeling like I'm an absolute noob. Right, this is a better loan offer for Decore. We might actually let him go for that. To learn the game, go with like something like a Bayern, or it always helps if you know the players, but one of those teams in one of those leagues that are like super dominant. So you go Bayern, you go PSG. I would have said Celtic, but Celtic's super dominant at the moment. Like Hearts push them close. You've got your Salzburgs in Austria, like those sort of teams are generally good ones, just to get your confidence up, and then you can figure out what works and what doesn't. You don't have to play it for a super long amount of time, but you can certainly get through a season and sort of figure out how everything goes, or a season or two, and then you have hopefully learned enough to be able to take on the tougher things. I think we might accept that one. It is a good playing time. Your regular starter will accept that one for him. Keep an eye on this. That's generally a good way to go. No, good man. Here to help. All right, you've got a 4-star potential. You're already on the shortlist, so we'll not do that. You aren't, so we'll get you involved. Striker, but you are expensive, so we'll probably not go for you, but I'll put you on anyway. A lot of people in this 3.5 range. We are technically still a Prem club, so interesting to see how much these ratings do actually change for our guys once we get past the stage where we drop into the championship. Yeah, so why is nothing coming for Kasagi? That's annoying me now. So we've just joined City. We were at Napoli. We won Serie A with Napoli. We actually applied for the City job the same time as Napoli at the end of last season, but for some reason City took 7 months to reply. And during that stage, with no manager for a season, but they got relegated. So we're going to be rebuilding Man City from the Championship in our first season, and they're in debt. It's a bit of a mental one. This one. There's all sorts of funky stuff going on in this save. We've got a World Cup with no Germany, France, or Italy, which is less crazy. Yeah, I know. The team's not that bad. We are having to sell quite a few players because they don't want to play in the Championship. Hence why I'm sort of delaying a lot of transfer business. But they were shocking. Let's have a look at their fixtures. Like, I took Forest's best player back in January and they lost them 6-0. So, like, yeah, I don't know what was going on. They don't have much squad depth. That's one thing. I think the debt wasn't helping them in that regard, but they were still doing some mental things. I don't know what was going on there. There's a couple. Tyler Binden's one. Me being a Kiwi, I definitely know about him. He just got injured in the World Cup warm-ups. So he's still around. We currently have Dulanville, who is going to go to Leicester, hopefully. But he's still here. Well, still here. He is here. Julian, so there's a couple, but they're definitely getting on like 32, 33. So there's not a lot of real players around at this point. Now, McGuinness is going. This is a bit of a bittersweet one because it looks a really good player who's homegrown, but he's thrown a sulky. The fact we only get 5.75 million for this is bleak, but hopefully we get a real whack of that. Yep. Just let me know the name, mate. But Corey McGuinness, I hate that we're only getting 5 million of that for a homegrown lad, ish. Not fully, but he was here long enough. Bashir the Bigger. Okay, we'll accept that deal though. Right. Bashir. the bigger. He is at Plymouth. Good taste. Yeah, Fulham to a brief loan in Croatia to get some game time, then a free down to the National League at Chelmsford, and then got the free up to Plymouth in League 2 and League 1, where he's been getting regular minutes. That's how his career's played out. Not a lot of game time until that move to Chelmsford. But here's a regular starter for Plymouth, albeit is going to become a free agent. So that seems a bit odd when you're getting game time. But anyway, Young, is Cody Gakpo leaving? Oh, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He's a bit of a slot man, isn't he? One of your best mates from school. Oh, okay. And back to De Jong. Salah's surely staying, leaving at Liverpool, isn't he? But he's going to be making a move soon. I have to remind me again. We'll see when we get start of the season. Still got a week till the window opens. Just waiting to see how things go. Right, Perez. Okay, yeah, we're going to lose them. So for some of these guys, we had talked to them when we first got here. The ones I really wanted to keep, who are still a good age and like look really good, we sort of said, oh, if you hang around for a little while, hopefully you'll see what we're doing something nice and they might like us, but he's still unsettled, so we're going to need to let go of him. Louis Perez. So we are going to get decimated here. We're going to need to sign a lot of people. Yeah. We're not really in a position where we can argue being in the championship here, are we? 55 million. That's a good place to start. He's really good too. He's really good too. We've got Sharaheli, who isn't bad, so we'll be okay there. Yeah, on YouTube as well, Durang. Shaun does FM over on YouTube too, if you prefer that side. How is our finances going, actually? Because we might be in a position now where I can start to ask. No, we're still in the mud. Okay, never mind. I was hoping to ask for the percentage, but I can't do that yet. So that's a shame. Oh, cheers. Cheers, Durag. Right, Duranville's off to Leicester, so that's our next move. One of the few real players. 16.25. He's just... It's a good time to let him go, honestly. So we'll get rid of him. Hopefully Gibbons doesn't go because he looks okay as a homegrown. We're not getting a heap for any of these deals. It's mostly going to the board, but hopefully it pays off long term with the sorting the finances out. Okay. Okay, yeah, Perez is, here come the bids for Perez. And Decore is going to move to Gloucester. Right. I don't think we want to match that bid. Jose Lenato. Good agility, but not much else. I think we'll leave that one. Now, let's try and get some good money for this fella. No one wants Kasagi after he's going to cost me. We're only getting 25% of the transfer anyway, so that's going to cost me a lot if he's turned down 60 and goes for 50. But annoyed at him, especially having been our captain. I'll try and get this going a bit more. Not happy with him. What else have we got? Decore, yep. So Arsenal will I'm just going to turn them down straight. Oh, actually, to be fair, we're not in the Prem, are we? So it doesn't really matter. Let's try and bump this up by 3 for them. Okay, they've actually accepted that. Let's try and go up to maybe 60 for the next club. They've accepted it. Okay, we'll have to go back in here and reject Arsenal in the future. Barca, 63. We want 63 million. Okay, so it's the 60 is the way we're looking at the moment. We'll go 4-1 and then we'll reoffer him back out. There we are, DK off the sub on YouTube. Thank you. I presume that was you. Direct Dan. Staying a buy and save, yeah. Hopefully it goes well for you. I mean, you got Harry Kane up top. You can't be going too bad with Harry Kane up top, can you? Luis Diaz and co. Oh, don't take Piver. He looks quite decent. He actually wants to stay. Right, let's turn down Arsenal and try and offer him back out this lad for about 63-ish. So what are we looking like now with our budgets? We're 111. That has actually bumped up quite a bit. The wage will also go up a fair chunk once people actually leave the club because we're still not quite in the window now. Sid Jansen I was looking at. Or was it Ola Hansen? There were two goalkeepers with very similar names. I was looking at these guys back at Napoli. So we do probably need an upgrade on Nelson in the meantime. So there's some options there. He's a decent one. No, he's definitely not 4.5. We'll add him to the 4 shortlist. He can go on the good shortlist. That's a good little option, actually, out of Japan. I rate that. What is he? He's a bit of a bit of the midfield player. He can't tackle, which is a slight concern. But the other stuff he's quite good at. Either way, we'll keep on the shortlist. If he could tackle, that would be fun. That's a bit of an average goalkeeper, but we'll just add him anyway. Good young wing back, fun times. And there we go. Right. I actually need to figure out what we've got in terms of the squad soon, but I am still kind of on waiting game with the players who I had a chat to, so we'll see how that goes. At the moment, it's only the Perez who's come back to us and said he's not really keen on staying. Glasner to Napoli now, apparently. No one's coming in for Kasagi. That's annoying. All right, let's keep you around, I think. Right, there we go. Let's keep some of our staff around. South Korea, England to open the 2038 World Cup for the. Well, you'd imagine actually quite strong favourites in this situation because no France, no Germany. Like Spain are the only other big 5 European team there. So it's a weird World Cup. In game. I don't know how so many big teams have missed out on a 48 World Cup, but anyway. Okay, Turkey have cooked Australia. Potential foreshadowing there. Aaron Kunda's still going. In this, not, I mean, well, not anymore. Not really. The Wolves, Leicester a bit. I mean, Leicester haven't had the same fall they had in real life here. Not really though. Who did she got come up from the championship? Oh, he's gonna got you. I'm so annoyed at him. Championship though, Stoke are going up. That's not super wild though, is it? Blackburn, Leeds. It's nothing too wild. I mean, Southampton are going down to League One. Too much spying, but otherwise, not a lot. They won 4 more games than Wednesday. They might have got done for... No, they just didn't draw as many. Like, the only really wild one I can see there is actually Southampton. Quick look at League One just in case I have completely miscalculated something there. Oh, okay, there's one. Crystal Palace in League One. That's a bit of a wild one. 13th in League One, Crystal Palace. What has happened to them? They're below Luton. Yeah, they were. They got relegated, but they were there. What has happened to you guys? So they got relegated a couple of years in a row, then went back up, but they eventually went down properly in 29-30. Just mid-table in the championship till they got relegated again in 34-35. And mid-table in League One. Goodness me. Crystal Palace. Yeah, that's a... If we found one. Okay, right, we're going to have to sort out some stuff for some of our people at some point. Because some of these people I tried to get in have not actually come, and some of our actual previous staff have left as well. But this is a bummer because we could have got 60 million from him. He turned it down. He'd rather go to PSG than Inter. Dispose. But there goes the captain when we got here. Yoshitaki Kasagi. Might not be the worst thing. He can't jump. So we might have got away with one there. But good player. But, you know, we're championship. So, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're definitely going to need to get a few centre-backs in. Especially if Tyler returns from injury and then tells us, oh, actually, I do want to leave. Because the injury to him might have stuffed that any hope he had of leaving up for the moment. That 6-week injury right before the World Cup. 3-1 England over South Korea. Denmark 4-1 over Portugal. Denmark, the Italy killers. In this this World Cup cycle. It's not super surprising, is it, that Italy aren't going anywhere? Oh, sorry, hold on. Right, sorry, just the alarm for the wife. So yes, I know that will do a bit of stuff. Yeah. So what are we looking like now? We still got a squad plan. We've still got 2 goalkeepers, but I think he's actually the better goalkeeper. They're both decent, but actually he is better. He is actually not too bad. We'll see. We maybe need a goalkeeper. We've got 2 okay ones, though. We might not actually need to be too harsh there. He's out on loan. He'll come back. I think right back's not atrocious either. Like, he's good enough to start. And at 19, we can actually develop him a bit. So I don't mind Hinchcliffe, with Rose Langford in behind. Like, we're not awful there. We've got 2 young lads with good potential in both those positions. Centre-backs a big problem because Kasagi is now gone. So we've got Tyler Binden if he doesn't leave, and Regan Javons if he doesn't leave. They're both a bit iffy. So we'll see how that goes. No left backs. That's an issue. Perez, it looks like, is leaving. We may as well just delete him. We've got Shara Hilly, who isn't a bad player. But we're lacking depth, like something chronic here. Piva is probably going to be a regular starter for us, actually. At the very least, a squad player. Kurt Jones, at the very least, a squad player, although not a very good one. So we definitely need to get a good first choice sort of midfield playmaker in. We've got no left wingers. Right wing, we've got some promising-ish guys, he hopes. 4-star potential, but only 1.5 good League 2 player. Yeah, we need a good right winger. He might be better actually long term. We might switch those two around, but either way, need an upgrade there. We've got like all our depths up top. 4-4-2 is getting a bit more tempting actually, the more we look at this. But we'll see. I don't know if we can actually afford to loan list some of these guys just in case here, so we might just no status set on some of them. That's what we've got at the moment, so we definitely need to be looking in a couple of positions when the window opens. We'll wait till it does. Junio's interesting. We can't afford 83 million. But that's intriguing, having just managed him at Napoli as a guy who didn't break into the first team all year. Okay, there we go. That makes a bit more sense now that the logos are switched over there. 6-0 Norway over. I think that was Uzbekistan, wasn't it? Of course, last season when we initially applied for this job, I was hoping that'd be a bit quicker and we would have come here instead of Napoli to see how bad the debt was. We'll accept that because he's not very good. And his contract's expiring, I'm pretty sure. So, yep, they'll get a free run at him. But where was I getting at with that? We did have... Well, Erling Haaland was available on a free, and he ended up going to Saudi because City didn't think to try and sign him on a free. They were in debt, that's probably why, but still. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff coming in here, which might help us out. Arsenal can have periods for that much. We'll sort that out shortly. Thankfully, that's kind of paid off. Reoffering him out. Do we go? Oh, who do I go for the... Anyway. I think I might have gone for someone wrong earlier. It'll be fine. Anyway, right, periods, that's what we're sorting out here. Try and get this money up a bit more for him. Let's try and bump it up to 63 again. Come on, I think it was Atletico Madrid, wasn't it? Before. Yeah, yeah. Going all right? Sorry, just the wife just appeared. So we'll get these guys in to do stuff. Okay, we're doing this. Oh, we're in debt, Shaun. Don't stop doing English courses. Stop doing English courses, you mug. God, I forgot about that. Right, here we go. We're officially going down the table here. Wolves got Conference League. Okay, 6 English teams in the Champions League. Brighton have snuck their way in, as well as I think it was Chelsea, who were outside the top 4. Man City have dropped to 20th. That's not too bad for a team that have got relegated. Yeah. Right, well, except this could be where things do start getting interesting. Because I think we are close to becoming a championship club. And some of the players might go, oh, and also might be where I backfire and waiting to actually do some transfer business. As I said earlier, it's going to be a bit of a long window, this one, I suspect. Okay, Netherlands 2-1 over Uruguay at the World Cup. Anyone needs the updates on that? Okay, window is open. It's probably one decent player. Well, semi-decent squad player. Right, so we're allowed one player on an ESC with work permit. So that's handy to know. Because we haven't managed in England since the beta save with Forest, because Chris would. So yeah, we do need to keep that sort of stuff in mind. We are definitely improving the squad, because holy. Now, the finances aren't too bad now, actually. The wages, holy. We've lost a few players here, haven't we? Oh, we've got 600k spare all of a sudden. Goodness me. Won't be spending on Tom Trout. He's a bit too good. That could be smart business with no left wingers. Right, hold on. Trujillo from Roma. What are we playing out left? I need to remember this. We've got a wide forward. He can finish well enough. His tackling's shocking, which is a slight concern. He doesn't need to tackle it, he just needs to mark. Could do a lot worse than him for 10 million or so, especially for a guy who relishes big matches. That's one of the better options I have seen since I've started looking very recently. That's a bit more pricey. We do need to sign a lot of players, so we are going to have to be careful in this window about what we actually do go in for. It might even be a case of me just taking my time before Saturday, and then we just go with an absolute flurry of bids for people. We'll keep your report, but we won't put you on the shortlist. You're not that great, Matt Coe, I remember you. I think you were Betis. Okay. That wasn't a bad option there. In a position where we do need someone, but we probably should start having a look in some areas. Because looking at the squad planner, we're very good at striker currently, depending on all these guys who have got a bunch of interest in them. So that's going to be interesting. Some of these guys could play other positions, but they don't really suit our systems. Do not freeze now. Right, hold on, just before I forget here. The safety save. Just, it's happened before, and there's so much going on here. I'm not sure I could cope with a crash during the transfer window here. Happened once at Betis from memory. Luckily, it was a window we weren't super active in, but it still sucks when that happens. It's never a fun time. Yeah, we're slowly getting there. I probably need to delete some leagues at this point too, actually. Still got the Malaysian second tier turned on, for goodness sake. Don't really want to say goodbye to where we started from, though. Okay, but yeah, we've got like, he could go out left, but then you can't. I mean, he can mark all right, actually. We could, yeah, we'll see. Here's the guy I want to start up top though. So what I really need to do is just go through the squad and figure out who's playing where. So we're potentially going Lindsay and then Nelson. We might not actually need a goalkeeper. We're okay at right back. We definitely need some backup centre backs. So we need 2 there at least. 2 left backs. That's 4 players. 1 DM, 5, 1, well, 2 centre mids. So what's that? 7 players. 2 left wingers is 9. I would like a right winger because they're both pretty average. So that's 10. So we are looking around about a 12 million average per player. So yeah, we need to do a bit here. And we've already called up the semi-decent looking guys from the youth teams. The couple that maybe we look at, like a Tony Penny is maybe not too bad. It's just someone to use off the bench. We might call him up just cause. But I think a lot of these other guys are already... we've got another goalkeeper down here. We could have 3 solid homegrown keepers, to be fair. Kurt Jones is already in the first team. I don't think Mbaye is quite good enough, but if we have to use him, we probably could. Just to save a little bit of money. Nicky Sess has the potential, but you'd rather he played down this level. And then we go to the under-18s. Jamie Clark could be a bit of fun. There's another one you probably actually want to develop down at this level and then bring it over actually get to the Prem loan them out sort of situation. So we do have players that we could use, but it'll be a risk. So the first thing we need to do is definitely sign we can go really deep on the first choice and then try and get a cheap pickup on maybe the backups. So I think we're okay with the starters in most of those areas. Left back, we definitely need a left back. Yep, that was tidied. Okay, shortlist. Let's try and go. I wanted to do this 1 month. Why has that changed? Yes, I literally changed that just after I got here. So how are we looking? Let's go left back and accomplished. Well, competence probably enough for us here. Not a lot with scout reports, and very few actually want to come here, so that does change things quite considerably. We'll do that. It's default to that shortlist. Okay, so that does help out quite a bit, although we might go up to accomplished if that's the case. That's definitely changed things a bit. I mean, of all those players, there's a guy who's quite young, so that's probably the one I'm looking at the moment. And Biggs Belglub, who's more of a right footer, so it doesn't help us out a lot, but he's okay enough on his left. What are we doing here tactically? Inside fullback. Can always change that. Can't jump to save his life, so that's not ideal. He's wanted by a couple of decent clubs. 37 million's a big old we're going to be going high on installments. If we go down to is there anyone on this list? There is. Okay, that's interesting. Why is he? I mean, why is that not filtering like it should? There we go. I mean, there's 2 people with 5-star potential from clubs we've been at before. Nicholas Lobo is definitely more of a centre back. He's a bit more of a right back as well. So we're a little bit struggling there. Let's go to, why is it? Oh, I suppose. Actually, I suppose I know why it was. We'll click never on. Yep, that's fine. So all these extra shortlists I want to go never on, but the main one is the one we keep updated. Just so I sort this out, because thrown me a few times now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what about the 4.5 for a... There we go. Right, there is Fabian Edwards. I did look at this guy a couple of times. That might be a goer. That might be a real goer. Because I looked at this guy back at Napoli, and maybe even Betis. He looks all right. He's an absolute physical beast. He won't be mentally expensive for what we can afford, and he will be homegrown nation, which is always handy. That could be the first goer that we actually do here, because if you add more, yeah, it does take longer to load and just to process the more leads you got going on. So Fabian's someone I quite like the look of. We'll go down to a 4-star and just see what's... We're going to have to do this again, aren't we? This guy is more of a centre back, so yeah, I think Fabian might be who we look at here. Then we're going to that sort of situation, which, yeah, is a bit older. Luke Connor's obviously we might be have got undersold there. I think what we like is the look of, unless someone's popped up on this one that I have just completely forgot. I think Fabian Edwards might be a goer here. Just double check. So it's an inside fullback and a holding fullback. Aggression and bravery could use some work, but he is only 22 and he's got some really nice attributes elsewhere. Like holding fullback, he'll do a great job defensively, actually. It's just some of his stuff. If we were playing him as a wing back, it'd actually be all right. If we could do an inside wing back, that might work out better for him. I can't imagine there's too much difference. Right, let's go back to the default, and I just want to see here. So I'm going to be a bit boring for a little while we get this stuff done. Is there anyone? No, there's no one there. I mean, he is 30, though. I don't want to sign a 30-year-old. Luke Connor, he's 70 million. And then we're back to Fabian and Coffee. Not really sure how he plays. Oh, he's okay. He's probably not horrific. It's a really cheap price. I mean, we do need 2. They could be the 2. Coffee is a backup to Edwards. Might have found out 2 there. I'll try and keep the prices down. So I think we get Edwards in as the first choice. Yeah, we are keen. 19 to 23. Yep. If we can get the wage down, that'd be quite nice. 51k we do. We should have enough spare pieces, hopefully, once players leave. I mean, we've got to assign players, so we probably need to do this. We're very weak in that left back spot. So what can we do here? We're going to have to do installments, probably. Before the first of the year, that's fine. Goodness me. So we'll try and maybe go with like a 9 and then 10 million over the next couple of years. We're going to absolutely farm installments here. Might try a cheeky one there, and because I think he was worth a bit more, but we'll see if... Actually, no, we probably don't want to muck around if we're doing installments here. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, 12 up front is... I think we can cop that, honestly. If we get 10, they do want a lot, though. He's not worth that much, guys. 10 and 10 and 12 is still on the high side. 10 and 10.5, that's 20.5. No, okay, I want to stay at 10. How about 12.75? No, oh, for goodness sake. Why are they being... yeah, we're going to have to front up here. Why do they all of a sudden want so much? That's mental. Remove and exclude. Okay, let's go 12 million. Why do they want 50 odd million all of a sudden? It's just mental. 12 and 12. I'd like to remove that. Okay, so Tottenham are being knobs about this after all that. That's 25 point something overall, which is a bit more than I'd like to pay. Put an offer in and see what happens. And then I'll just check what we have in our youth teams here. Don't think there was a decent left back. No, so we need to do something there. Yeah. There's no one. Gibbons can play there, but I'd rather not in Dykes. Where are you going? So from my shortlist before, Coffee could be a little sneaky play here as a backup. So we'll ask the agent about him. Yep, 5.4 million. We will try and get the wage down. We can't, but if we're only spending 5.4 million, that will hopefully be okay. So this is probably more of a goer, just because we know that 5.25, well, that's just easy then. Jean-Marc Coffee. Get in, my son. Right, this might be our first actual move. So hopefully we get those two, and even though some of them were a bit wingy about it, we'll leave the DM at the moment. We can cop a back up there. Same there. I would like a first choice midfield playmaker, so we should probably go look for one of those. So let's just clear all. Yep, and go with midfield. Is competence. Obviously some quite good players here. Want the right sort of age profile, and probably actually not go with we go accomplished really. Hopefully we can be a bit picky, and then we go, what do we got here? Yep, tick there. We have got these lads. So we do have this Japanese guy that we saw before. All the other guys are really expensive. On a dealer. You can't tackle. That is my one concern about him. Otherwise, he does look quite handy. Fabian Edwards pops up again. Awesome. That's got to be a mistake, doesn't it? Yep, it is. Okay. Oh. Okay, this could be fun. Vandinho. That's a bit more well-rounded. A bit of Vandinho could go all right. Don't hate him. Okay, Vandinho could be fun. Especially with the other prices available. Oh, we're still getting... I have to change it every time. I have to do this every time. Mariano from Roma. Not really sure he suits the role we're looking for. The other guy was sort of in an okay price range, was this guy, but he looks a bit more like a potential DM option. Wouldn't be a bad one at that price, to be fair. Think we'll just go back to the default. I'll just do what I did before, but I like the Brazilian lad. Pick the attributes. Let's look for a midfield playmaker, because that's the role we're looking for here. And we'll drop down to 10 and see who pops up. And he is definitely the cheapest. There's also Sergio Santos, who, to be fair, does look quality. Is probably better, but also a lot more expensive. We do need 2. Or do we? Oh, what do I have here? No, we've got Kurt Jones. You can just get 1. So the question is, do we go for guys that he does look quite good all round, but we could also get him in DM. Can we do a vote? I'm sort of debating between the Santos guy. I mean, by the time we hopefully sort out installments, they're going to be quite similar anyway. Or Vandinho. He's 19. He's going to have so much more potential. If Arsenal want him, it's probably a good reason. They also want the other guy. All right, people on Twitch, let's have a little poll here quickly. I might do both anyway, but who should I sign? We're going to go either Sergio Santos, because they're both similar. Boss, just 6 years younger, which should probably dictate my answer here. But we'll do a 1-minute vote. Sergio Santos versus Vandinho for the midfield playmaker role. So here's a quick look again at Santos from Eintracht Frankfurt. We know what his star rating is, so that's quite handy. Doesn't enjoy big matches. Didn't actually realise that with him. And Vandinho, we don't know anything about what he likes, but that's what he looks like attribute-wise. Just good and solid for 19. Would be a bit wild going from a squad player at Sao Paulo to a starter at Man City, but we are in the championship, so, you know, it is one of those things. So, yeah. He's good on both feet, plays short, simple passes and dictates tempo. That could be useful. I mean, Santos has got even worse finishing. Gets forward whenever possible, but stops play. So interesting attributes on that fella. Or traits. He's definitely the finished article in comparison. Okay, you're saying Sergio Santos. Honestly, it probably makes sense, doesn't it? So we'll go for some. I might get Vandinho in anyway as a backup, honestly. But we'll see if we can get Sergio Santos in here. In installments, potentially. 24 to 35. Oh, it's more than I thought it was going to be. And he wants a really big wage. I should have checked this first. Although if some players leave, we can probably cop this a bit more. 24 to 35 is more than I thought it was going to be. $24 to 35 is a lot. We would want to go 25 at most and then like install it. $15 and 10 again, probably over 3 years. Try and go with that, or yeah, we won't be silly about this. Feel they can get more. In that case, we'll give you more in installments. How about that? Bump up to a nice round 11.25. Make the offer. So we'll get out of that at the moment. He is wanted by some big clubs, so that could be interesting. He is wanted by a lot more big clubs. So we might be stuffed there either way. Remembering that we are in the championship, but Vandinho is one we can go back to. So we'll have a think about that. We'll keep that in mind. I want a starting right winger and I need 2 left wingers. So that's next where we look at. We can sort the rest out. And that's almost got half hour till I have to go. So we've got a bit of time to sort these out. Now, I thought I spotted a right winger earlier that I like the look of Fulham, of all places. Let's just bin off all these attributes for the moment. and just, yeah, accomplished it, right winger. So what do we got here? He's a bit pricey, the lead at Fulham. I don't think we can afford 38 million in this window of all the positions we have to do. So we might have to go look at the other shortlist that we've got. I tell you what, Matthias Naldi, I know I can get to work. I know I can get him to work. Because we had him at Betis. We legitimately signed him. The fact he's available for potentially less is a bit mental. Because he's decent. Even as a winger. In fact, as a winger, he's even better than he is, I think, as a wide forward, which we might have been using back there at Betis. So Matthias Naldi is definitely a shout. Without being able to see his star ratings. Yeah, Dan's is a bit pricey. Tim Moynes from Celtic's a bit of a... He'd do the job, but he's 27. It's getting on the slightly older side. Not by too much, though, and to be fair, this guy might also be worthwhile. There's options at right wing. There are options. Let's see what pops up if we sort this out. Yeah, Naldi's in the 5-star category, as is, though, a couple of others. They're probably not quite in the same current as... Because this is all about potential, not current. But Babio and Olobio are also there. We might look at these guys and what they look like as wingers. And also got to make sure, too, that they can actually cover back a bit with our wide midfielder. Yeah, Naldi might be a shout here. Because I know he can work in a system I like. We might go raid our former club here. Because they're not really playing him, I don't think. Well, they played him a lot more last year, actually. After we left. But he could start here and be quite decent. And Jody is going to be very good, but, I mean, we can't compete with Arsenal, Aston Villa and Liverpool. So, yeah, and if they want his release clause, there's no chance. So, I think early call Naldi might be the guy at right wing. Or even left wing, to be fair. He can do both. So, a loan. I tell you what, a loan won't be bad. We could go out for loan for a season, couldn't we? We're a championship club. A loan might not be too bad here. Cannot be recalled, and loan cannot be terminated. Right. Let's see if we can get this over the line. This would be very nice. Could almost make him an important player if it's outright. They want 39k extra. Oh. So how much is that going to cost us then? It's down 25 or maybe 25, and we might give you an important player. How about that? And that's 70. Drop us down to 20 and make you an important player. How about that? A month. It isn't actually too bad if it's over a month, is it? We'll try this though. They want 39, 35, come on. My former club, let's do a bit of... I mean, it's probably not worth arguing at that point. Right, make the offer. Naldi, please come in, son. If we can get a loan for you, that's not horrific. And then we look at left wing. So, yeah, this is a 5-star shortlist again. There's options. Matty Fletcher. You can't get back and defend, I don't think, but he just needs to be able to mark, and he's probably not too bad at that. So he's on loan from Forest at the moment. Anytime he's gone out on loan, he's done quite well, especially probably a level below what we are, but he's done really well. Matty Fletcher could be interesting. He looked relatively decent when I was back at Napoli and Betis. So I know he's all right. And there's also this kid who probably can't mark and go back as well. So early shout, Matty Fletcher. Let's have a look at what's on this list, though. Got Vandinho again. So we're probably going to be going for Vandinho at some stage. Although, can he go through the 40? He can't, so not for that position. That's why we need to do this again. Silly game. The guy from Austria Wien. And he can't really get back, though, can he? Matty Fletcher looks like a decent shout at the moment. We do want to be somewhat capable going back a little bit. He's okay, but it's not the short list I'm looking for. Edit. There we go. That will sort that out. I mean, he's cheaper. There's a couple of cheap ones here. That was who I did look at briefly. Honestly, he's probably not. He's probably all right for the price, though. Relishes big matches. His Mexican caps. 9 to 11 million is like perfectly in our wheelhouse. So it's Trujillo. We've also got this Esplin guy that we could probably afford. I don't think he looks quite as good, though. So I'm sort of torn between Fletcher and Trujillo. I'll just check this out here quickly and just sort of do what we've been doing before as well. Wide forward. We'll try and get this down to 12-ish. Actually, I didn't spot this guy. He's also loan listed. Go back down to 10's a bit much, isn't it? What about 11? 11's probably about the good in between here. None of those players that we were looking at, to be fair. Is Fletcher or what's his name popped up here? Nope. Masato has? Okay, so there's sort of 3 players I'm looking at here. So, might go to a vote again here. So, Schluska, Fletcher, or Schluhio. Make this one last a little bit longer. I'll put this as the starting left wing signing. You guys can let me know what you think. So a quick look at these guys who I'm eyeing up at the moment. Schluska, who isn't natural back there, but I can see what he can do. It isn't awful, and we could loan, which might not be the worst idea with the amount of players that we need to buy. So Daniel Schluska is an option. Let's just get rid of all this stuff so I can just go and find the guys that I want to find. Matty Fletcher. That's what he looks like in the role that we use him in. A little bit cheaper. If we could probably buy him outright. And the other one, where is our lad? Francisco Trujillo. It looks like it's at the World Cup. Probably definitely the best value option out of a lot of them. And we can actually see he's not horrific back there. Him and Trusk are quite similar, actually. He's definitely the value play. He might be someone that bringing it as the backup either way. So those are the options I'm looking at. The poll is live on Twitch. I don't think I can do. Don't think I can do anything like that on YouTube. I can't. I can start a poll. Crap. I'll do one over here. Actually, I can only do two. Okay. I'll remember that next time. Anyway, yeah, we'll see how things go. It's nearly finished. No one voted. Okay. That's helping. In that case, this guy's the value. If we can get Schluska as a regular, like for a season, that's probably the smart option once I find him again. Where did he go? There he is, Schluska. We'll see how this goes, because I think he's probably the best option. And then if we can get the Mexican guy in as a loanee or as a squad player, that might help. He would actually be keen on coming. Okay, we will make an offer for him then. So we probably want to go. Upon appeal, he should get one. Okay. So let's chuck about a 10.5 with maybe 9 million installments. That's actually a bit over his value, just a little bit. This is the same club that we're dealing with for Edwards, though, so they might cotton on to what we're doing here. I mean, it's not awful. We might try and get this down to like that. It's within range. It's not horrific for someone who's only 22. I don't hate that. We'll make that offer. And then we might do the two at once here, just because there's good options available. I don't think you'd get that playing time. Yep, cool. It is quite a high wage, but for 9 million, that's a really good deal. And we can actually go really cheap here if we do installments. 5.5 and another 5 over 3 years. Let's try that. Absolutely jamming the installments. They feel they can get more, probably justifiably so. There we go. We'll try that. So that's what we'll do for the moment. A lot of bids flying in there. So let's see how things get on here. So coffee accepted. Now, we're not sure what he's going to be, which makes this a bit interesting. That's easy. But let's chuck a save on because we did a lot of stuff in that little block there. Back to Shaun. Good to have you back. The benefit in there a little bit of having those potentials back from when we were at Napoli before the scouts sort things out here. So Coffee is a wonder kid, so we know he's going to be good. If we can get him on a squad player developing, that's probably the good thing, but we'll see how this goes. Does want to be a regular starter. If we can go squad and then go like that a bit later on, I'll be a bit more comfortable. We've got that. Okay, it's only going up to regular starter, so we'll probably get that. So that's a pretty safe little option that for him. So Jean-Marc Coffee, we should be able to bring in, obviously, the wages. On paper, look quite big for what we've got available, but we are going to be letting some guys go. I would really like to not do some of that stuff. 20. I mean, if we get promoted to the Prem, we'll have a heap of money. So we shouldn't really need to worry about that. Try that with him. And I wouldn't mind doing goal and assist bonuses, and we'll just go there and see. Oh, he wants a lot. Okay, 1, 2, 3. A5 then. I mean, that's I want to kind of take that down if you want this much, mate. Okay. You better be freaking good. Given we're paying such a low fee, it might not be the worst deal despite how big that wage looks. So coffee should be coming in. That's our first serious bit of business for the wonder kid of Toronto FC, previously Toulouse. And Schluska, with only a bit of that being up front, out of Tottenham. He will start, so there's not a lot to worry about here, I don't think. Yeah, I can't see that changing. We might as well just let him have that. Try and get that down to 75. No appearance fees or any of this rubbish. We will try and get that down to just a smaller amount because we are expecting to go up to the Prem again very, very shortly. So we'll try this. Okay, he's not very keen on that. Oh, what? 10. Please, just 10. 80, he's happy. Okay, we'll cop that. They are quite big wages, but we are a continental club, so reputation, even though we're in the championship, so I can kind of understand. And hopefully Naldi comes in on loan. That'll be a great little deal. But him being someone that we're very familiar with from back at Betis, and then by the time we hopefully get promoted at the end of the season, back up to the Premier League, he'll want to actually come here. And a few players are now leaving too, which is actually going to really free up our wage. I didn't actually realise how much that was going to do with that. Let's try and keep him around. There we go. So what's that done to our wage? Oh, geez, we're so good. Okay. I potentially was a bit tight then before I was offering there. Coveney, let's get you on the short list. And Victor, who's not an awful option, but I mean, he's a quick boy, but at 27, probably just leave him. Okay, but that's definitely freed up a lot of our wage, which is nice. Some of those players who have left, and we've still got a couple who could depart as well. Is anyone going to come in again for this guy? Because that's going to free up even more wage. Might have to go down to 64 just to really milk this as much as possible. There's people who don't want to stay at the City in the Championship situation. How'd you go? Honestly, Gemma, there's a lot of positions. We've got no depth here. Hence why they finished 19th in the Premier League. They were happy. Look, hopefully we just want to move on, I think. Sale of Osborne, don't worry, he's not that good. Wasn't fully committed, we'll say that. And he was also rubbish. So yeah, trust this club. Don't worry. We're not missing out on much there, guys. Those couple of youngsters that we sold. A bunch of staff. So we should be getting close to actually having this all close to sorted. I'll probably do that off camera before we'll try and sort it out. Got there eventually. Off camera before next stream the staff situation, because you don't want to see me doing that. You want to see me doing transfers, don't you? Let's be real. Of course. well, I've got to wake up early for work tomorrow. I was going to try and blame the World Cup for it, but that's anyway. I've got to go in about under 10 minutes. We'll try and see if someone might sign for us before then. Actually, get something done tonight that feels a bit more accomplishmenty than just getting our heart broken consistently by players who don't want to play in the championship. But there's a lot of scouts there, to be fair, that they could be very useful and completely undo a lot of work we just did there. Probably should have waited for them. Oh, not again. Wait, what? He's copying me. No, Arnie Slot, what on earth have you done? You just won LaLiga with Barcelona. Oh, what? I mean, I suppose you win stuff in your first year usually, so I suppose it's not too bad, but why would you leave Barca? You just romped to LaLiga. You would have had a bigger transfer budget at Barca, I'll tell you right now, Slot. That is a very odd move. Goodness me, that's caught me by surprise. Of the people who are being rumoured for that job, Arne Slot was not in the stratosphere, I thought. The man who went to Barca and ended the 3-year reign of my former club in Betis. Appropriate song. Right, so we've got a lot of staff who have come in now. Are we officially in the champ? No, we're still in the Prem technically. Okay. If I check staff, are we like good now? If I like go a coaching team, best in the we're the best coaches in the Prem, let alone the freaking championship. Oh, they have no idea what they're in for this season. Oh, okay. Tactical, we're just behind Liverpool. That's not too bad. Best set piece. How did that happen? Oh, we've still got people to come. Oh, you guys are. Oh, okay. We could potentially improve that, but we're one of the better ones in the Prem, so that's encouraging. Liverpool are quite good, aren't they? Special to Shaun in charge. I think I just did this. Yeah, I did. Okay. Click on, see what the... Oh, what happened there? Serbia. That's who else New Zealand had in their group, apart from Belgium and Morocco this time. Not a great start if they've lost to Serbia. But at least they got there. More than you can say for France in this version of FM. So, hey. And Germany. And Italy, which is less of a thing. Oh, the Edwards offer actually got accepted. Oh, that's good. Now, Mikey. Oh, no. You don't want to go, do you, Mikey? You've got potential. And you're Scottish. And every good team needs a Scotsman. So let's just... has just a little bit... We'll reject it if you're not convinced on Newcastle. Santos, we can't. You've got to be kidding me. I think we're going for the youngster. We cannot. Oh, okay, hold on. I mean, I'm not giving you 40 million, guys. He's not worth that much. Can maybe stretch to 17.5 with an 18. I mean, it's not the most mental thing. It's not the most mental, that actually. It's a bit more reasonable now, 17 up front. Right, there we go, Santos. In you come, son. Sergio Santos, I think it's our biggest deal overall, but spread out over a fair chunk, so that's not as... It's only 38 compared to the 47 that they were after. They want 14 for Trujillo. Oh, again, well, don't know if he will out left, so we'll drop that down to 2.5 and try and get this down to... We'll try that. Yep, okay, cool. We can cop that. 6 million up front for Trujillo as a backup left winger. Oh. Have we got money for that? Yeah, Claudio, he could be at Stoke. Oh, they are going up to the Prem. I've got to remember they're going to the Prem. And Edwards' offer's been accepted, so we've got to do some contract negotiating here. You will be the first choice. Yes, regular starter over my Toronto Wonder Kid, and the wage is way better. Not the yearly. We'll give you a little boost if you get up to that, and hopefully there won't be much in terms of clubs and higher divisions. So we'll give you a goal and assist bonus just to sweeten the deal and hopefully not make you want to increase this as much. 8 for the... You shouldn't be scoring goals, so we'll make that a bit less. Okay. No, we've got a lot of wage spare, as I now know. So 10, come on. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 10%, don't be a 15, how about that? No. 20. Okay. 20%, that's not. What's 20% of 62? So it's saying about an extra 14 grand maybe, so it's not too bad. Right, Fabian Edwards should be coming in, so that's 2 left backs. We're hopefully going to be about to get 2 left wingers. 1 centre mid, we can go in after the Brazilian. I might put a bit in for him now just to wrap up today's stream. We'll sort out these contracts to start the next stream. Because I know who I want here. Not from that list though. Where is our lads? No, where is it? Come on. That's. There he is. I saw him. Where is he? Vandinho. We want him as a backup. So, although do we actually need a backup there? Now I think of it. He could be handy to have, but now I actually look at this more, we might actually hold off on that for the moment. You can do a job as a DLP. We'll see about that because there are other areas. But I think we'll leave that there for tonight, guys. We'll sort out these contracts when we come back on Saturday, and I'll tidy up the staff. But hopefully you enjoyed that first little bit of rebuilding Man City. It's going to be another stream also, I dare say, of figuring out that stuff, especially if more players come to us and actually say that they want to leave, because that's always a chance off the back of the World Cup as well. But not as many as I thought, which isn't too bad. Bit of a shame about the transfer percentage that we're able to keep. But we'll catch on Saturday. It's about 3 p.m. New Zealand time, so we will be pretty hard, potentially, as the US-Paraguay game's finishing. We are potentially doing a semi-watch-along on Sunday at the same time because Australia take on Turkey at 4 p.m. my time. But we're kicking off at 3 p.m. New Zealand time, both streams on the weekend. So we'll see you guys about then. Should we do a quick raid check? I've tried to do one last night, but the people were not really around. That was the same guy who blocked me last night, and there's no one else with a face cam. So we might just disappear tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Oh, UK. So that would be 4 a.m., I think. The best way of keeping track of it is it's 2 hours after the US-Paraguay World Cup game kicks off on Saturday, my time. So that's when we're going. And then it's an hour before the Australia-Turkey game kicks off on Sunday, if we're going by World Cup times. Those are the times that I'm starting around-ish on the weekend. So it's a bit earlier. That's essentially what you need to know. But I'll catch you guys then. Hopefully you enjoy it. We'll keep making signings. We've still got a lot of debt for the weekend to bring in here at Man City. So have a good start to your weekend. Good start to your Teams World Cup if it gets off before then. And keep on keeping on, guys. Catch you later. Let's go to the right thing so I can say goodbye. Bye.